acting.
What's this Doom Patrol?
Doom Patrol's amazing. God damn, it's
What
amazing.
is Doom Patrol? I haven't seen Doom Patrol.
Do you know anything about it?
No, so I don't want you to give it away. But how would you describe it in a nutshell?
It's a 1960s comic. It was a 1960s comic that got redone by Grant Morrison. You know, the guy did Happy, and that's that, right? Grant, wonderful Scottish comic book, graphic novel, TV shows, writes. Sort of another Irvine Welsh, another Neil Gaiman in a way, but maybe less prolific, but just as interesting. And he was very much the antidote to Alan Moore, whether he likes it or not. They were very contrary. You know, there's Watchmen, and his stuff was very different. And he redid it in the 80s on Vertigo Comics. And Doom Patrol was actually the original prototype, I think, that X-Men stole from.
Really?
There's a chief in a wheelchair. There's, Elastic Woman.
And you're a regular.
I'm bizarre. I'm doing my usual.
I don't even want to know.
Mark Sheppard.
But you do a lot of episodes.
I'm playing Constantine.
Wow.
But he's not called Constantine because Grant wasn't allowed to put Constantine in Vertigo Comics in the 80s. So he was watching with Nail and I,
of course,
which you love. And so he drew it as Richard E. Grant. So I got hold of Grant, and I was like, a buddy of mine was doing Green Lantern with him. My buddy Liam Sharp, the artist, was doing Green Lantern with the one they just done. That's just brilliant. Everybody goes, "Oh, great, we can make a film now."
Yeah.
So I got hold of Grant, and I was like, so it's Richard E. Grant in with Now. He was like, "Yep." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "With all the love in my heart, I don't think I can play it quite that effete. I think it'd probably be a bit more like a drunk Mad Eye Moody." He's like, "Sounds good to me." And he's not actually a producer on the show, but he's
so that's kind of your character.
It's Constantine. It's
consumption. And where do we find it? Where do we find this?
Well, the show was put out on DC and they tried to pre-tease it by doing it with Teen Titans, and they put Cyborg into it. Javan Wade, who's wonderful, and they put him across, and they tried to do it that way, the typical DC way of doing it, and nobody watched it. And they did this first season. So you've got Timothy Dalton, Matt Bomer in bandages.
Mark Sheppard.
Matt Bomer, Brendan Fraser, Diane Guerrero from Orange is the New Black and Encanto and a lot of other things. April Bowlby, 2.5 Men. Remember Candace?
Yep.
Candy in 2.5 Men.
So good cast.
No, and then the bad guy's Tudyk playing this.
Alan Tudyk.
Playing this diminutive Mr. Nobody, which is really wonderful performance by him. Javan Wade playing Cyborg. And who's running it? Jeremy Carver, who ran the interesting parts of Supernatural, the 8 through 10, 11 era. And it was like, oh my God. And I'll just tell you this. The entire town disappears up the arse of a donkey in the second episode.
Have you seen it?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet.
So HBO bought it. They went, what the hell? This is genius.
Really?
So it's not Supergirl and it's not The Boys. It's something else. It's about mental health.
Cool.
And it is truly disturbing and beautiful and funny and begs the question, which is why things have changed. Why isn't Brendan Fraser in everything?
Yeah. Well, there's a resurgence now. There's a resurgence.
Well, as a result of Doom. He's this beautiful heart in this. I love this show. I truly love this show. And we've done 3 seasons.
3 seasons?
It's going into the 4th season.
Wow.
And I'm a recurring character that you can't kill, so.
Yes. Do you have a deep voice like that?
I have my voice.
That's a deep voice.
I actually got to say the C word in my first line.